Ever feel like you're drowning in information, like you're just bombarded with stuff, to-dos and things you feel like you should know?
Yeah, absolutely. We've all been there. It's like information overload.
Right. And then it's like, how do you even begin to like focus, think clearly?
Totally. That's why this deep dive is so timely, I think. We're tackling mental clarity today.
Yes, we're diving into five. They seem pretty simple, but like really powerful tips for boosting your mental clarity. And what I find so interesting about this, and I'm sure you will too, is that they're not some crazy complicated things.
Exactly. A lot of times we think we need to like overhaul everything,
Mhm.
but sometimes it's these small tweaks that really make a difference.
Okay, so let's jump right in. So the first one, it's something that gets talked about a lot, but I think sometimes it's a little bit misunderstood, and that's mindfulness. I'll be honest, like I used to think mindfulness meant like emptying your mind completely, which like who can actually do that?
Yeah, no, that's a really common misconception. It's
Yeah.
not about like this blank slate in your mind. It's more about like tuning in to what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Like imagine you're trying to really focus on what we're saying,
Yeah.
but you've got this mental to-do list just running in the background. Mindfulness helps you kind of like notice those thoughts without letting them take over.
So instead of getting swept away in that like current of thoughts, you're kind of like acknowledging it and coming back to the present.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right, so moving on to something a little more, I don't know, tangible, I guess, decluttering. We love to organize information here, but it turns out organizing your physical space can be like surprisingly powerful for your mind too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there was this fascinating study from Princeton University. Basically, they found that clutter actually competes for your attention, which is wild when you think about it.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, and it makes sense, right? It's like your brain is trying to process your messy desk and your overflowing inbox at the same time. And the result, like your performance takes a hit and your stress levels, they go through the roof.
So basically, all that organized chaos I claim to have on my desk, that might actually be the thing that's like working against me.
It's definitely possible. A clear space can lead to a clearer mind.
Okay, that's good to know. And speaking of streamlining things, I think it's time to talk about the multitasking myth. I mean, we're all about deep dives here, really absorbing information. And I mean, if we're being honest, multitasking kind of goes against that whole idea.
Right. Because you're not giving anything your full attention. And there's actually research from Stanford they found that people who multitask a lot are actually worse at filtering out distractions.
Really? So it's like the opposite of what we think we're doing.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's like
Understanding.
you're trying to listen to this deep dive while also writing an email and scrolling through social media. Your brain just can't keep up.
Like trying to stuff too much into a suitcase, you just end up with a mess and probably forget something important. Okay, so we've talked about mindfulness, decluttering, single tasking, and now for the like ultimate performance booster, sleep. And we're not just talking about like getting enough sleep, it's also about the quality of sleep you're getting.
Absolutely. Think of it like hitting the reset button on your brain. When you get into that deep sleep, your brain is busy consolidating memories, clearing out toxins, like it's doing all this essential maintenance work.
Interesting. So what are there things people can do to like improve the quality of their sleep?
Definitely. Even just simple things like dimming the lights an hour before bed, putting away your phone, creating a little routine can make a huge difference.
I like that. A little pre-sleep ritual. Okay. So we've covered a mindfulness, decluttering, single tasking, and good sleep. And you know what? What good is a high performance machine without the right fuel? So let's talk about hydration and nutrition. I mean, I'll be the first to admit I'm terrible about this, especially when I'm like really focused on a task.
Oh, I hear you. It's easy to forget. But even mild dehydration, like that could seriously fog up your thinking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then, of course, there's the food we eat. Our brains need the right nutrients to function at their best, just like our bodies do. So, make sure you're getting those omega-3s, antioxidants, all that good stuff.
Okay, so there you have it. We've got our 5 tips for boosting mental clarity: mindfulness to quiet the mind, decluttering to like create a sense of calm, single tasking to help us really focus, quality sleep to hit the reset button, and then hydration and nutrition to like fuel our brain power. So which one of these really resonates with you? And what's one small step you can take today to like incorporate into your routine, something to think about as you go about your day?